Hey everybody, it's Mr. Delusia with the weekly Devblog. This week I did the collision particle stuff that I wanted to do, and I changed all the solar system artwork. So this, I like it a bit better than the old stuff, but yeah, I know it can be better again. So one day I might change it again. So I'll go into that and I'll show off some of the artwork and then show off the collisions. And I started doing some of the actual planetary background in the gameplay. That's changed as well. So this is the new Delusia background. So they're a bit plainer, but yeah, there's a lot more of the starfield, but it matches the galaxy map a bit better. So like Sancus, this one not too happy with because of that line. So I don't know, might change it again. But the ones that I am happy with are like just Tidia. I'm really happy with this one. A lot of the Vipersec ones I like a bit better. So I've removed the lens flare effect from the old images. These ones don't have a star. It's just the background and the planets. So I might add the stars manually. So yeah, just the usual backgrounds. Some of the other ones. Then you got like the purple for Chimera, red for Raina, and the Griffin. That's one of the old ones I kept. And that one. So yeah, they're kind of along the same lines for everyone. No more lens flare, and it's got that. So I've been adjusting the big cloud layer, and also the new, so it looks more foggy now. So when the enemies come, you'll see I'll go over here so you can see it. So there's the new collision. I'm still adjusting a bit. So yeah, and that's based on the same bullet type as the other collision. So we'll warp out. So yeah, that's the stuff I wanted to add for a few months now. I'm still adjusting, maybe like have the velocity a bit quicker, other stuff. But that's pretty much the gist of what I wanted to add. So as well, when we get to the hyper gate, I'll pause. So I've added the slider as well, so you can have it off if you want. And yeah, there was no bug, there was no null. I kind of didn't think there was. I was worried there might have been a null exception, but yeah, the ones, so say there's collisions drawn, or there's smoke on the screen already drawn, and you go to 0, those are still there, they just fade away, and then no new ones are get created. And say it's already at 0, and you've been hit a few times, and then you come up and set it to max or something, then new ones will be created after that. So it works all properly, no issues. So yeah, I've done Delusia and Sankas for the in-game, in the gameplay screen backgrounds, so the cloud layers. But yeah, so that's a little bit extra I did this week that I planned, because I only planned to do the system backgrounds with the collision effect. So working on everywhere now. It's just gonna take a while. Yeah, and that's still... Oh, that's another thing I fixed. The hyper warp was snapping, so I made it the same as the normal warp, the turn rate. And the large cloud layer works the same way as the other clouds, which was part of it. But yeah, so I'm changing up all the locations, but that's going to take a little while because I pretty much changed how all the code is for each location. So yeah, we have to do that for every single location. And then still have to add more locations, still have to add enemies to the locations. There's still heaps of stuff to do. But yeah, so as you can see, this is a different type of cloud. And that, again, works the same as all these smaller ones. Random positions. So yeah, and the dust particles that are all there. The arrow pointing to the planet. We go to star map, you can see we're in a location that has lots of cloud. So if we come down here, there won't be much. Won't be much there. And then warp gate has a little bit, so let's go back to the warp gate. We'll go back to Delusia so I can show off more of the collision. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the collision. Like, it's only slightly off what I was imagining, because I remember having a dream a few months ago, and the game I dreamt about a game and it looked so cool, and one of the things was the bullets colliding, and it looked something like it did now in the dream, but then I guess it was more thicker. So we'll go back to Delusia and let the warp engine charge. So that dot. Oh, the pixels are not. Well, they should have done it the first time around. We'll look into that. I didn't pay attention really. I'll rewatch the video, I guess. See if the first time round it did it. So yeah, in Delusia 1. We got some allies here. I forget if I put enemies. Might have to fly to Delusia 2. Or 3. I know there's heaps at 3. Yeah, it's just allies here. So I'm probably as well gonna fade away the HUD during that. See how in this resolution the black bars don't cover it, whereas on higher resolutions it gets covered. So that, yeah, I want the HUD not visible during the warp events, so I'll probably fade those elements out. So yeah, as you can see with the bullet type, these ones are green because it's a Vipersec bullet. I think it looks not bad. So if I pause it right, yeah. So there was it was going through a few different changes when I first made it. First had it spewing out pixels, then I've changed it to spew out images, and they were thin at first, and then they were they had a higher velocity, and I put a curve effect on them, so it kind of was I can't really explain it without pointing and stuff, but like imagine, I guess, a water fountain. So they were spewing out a lot further and a lot wider and kind of on a larger spread. So I adjusted it to this. I think that velocity was good and it suits the yeah, but we'll see how it goes. And I'm still keeping in those the usual. So if I actually do this, turn it off, you'll see, yeah, so I've kept them, those mini explosions, but you don't get that collision effect. So we go low or very low, we still get just 1, you know, and the higher you go, the more you get per collision. So there we're getting like 5 or 6 per collision. If we get 1 that's very visible. So it's hard to tell, but yeah, there's a few there. I could up the spread just a little bit more, I'm thinking, because yeah, I lowered it to pi/8 radians, thinking maybe pi/6 or pi/4, which would double the spread. But yeah, I don't know, not too much spread because I want it to retain the velocity of the bullet instead of, because it wouldn't make sense that the bullet comes at, say, you know, a 20-degree angle, and then that collision goes off on a different angle. So I think, yeah, maybe actually keep it, maybe add like a bit more curve. Yeah, so they're just mini adjustments I might deal with, but yeah, pretty happy with how it looks now. More visual feedback, which is good for the game, I think, makes it look a lot better. But yeah, still adding more. So yeah, I think that's all I got to show off this week. These backgrounds at the moment are just, well, except for the Delusia 2 one, it's just the star field and the planet, because I've still got to do the backgrounds now, the new backgrounds for all the other locations. So now that I've changed the solar system backgrounds. So yeah guys, I'll leave this video at that. This week will probably just be a lot of that artwork stuff again, so next week won't have much to go through, just showing off those artworks, and then yeah, see what happens. So thanks for watching guys, hope to see you next week.